So to students, now here the name of the lesson is the religious synthesis that we have discussed that in a medieval India attempts to bring out the religious synthesis in a social life were made on the basis of the secularism that we have learned, and even we have the and even we have discussed it now also. Okay, then this among these efforts, okay, among these efforts, the Bhakti movement, Sikhism, and Sufi sect, they got the significant place. Even this stream thought arose in a way not only in a one part of India, even this bhakti moment has started in a very different parts of India, and even they emphasize harmony between the different sects and religions along with the devotion of a god. Even they started the bhakti movement, okay, and even the some rituals and the Brahmadnan. Brahmadnan, it means that the basic knowledge or the knowledge about the knowledge. Basically, it is only the knowledge. So the rituals, Brahmadnan, they were created very emphasized on the Indian religious life. And even in the medieval period, they gave away the Bhakti Marga. Bhakti Marga means what? The path of the devotion. This devotion means it is a Bhakti Marga. Even the Bhakti Marga did not undue importance to the hierarchies, which further facilitated religious synthesis. It means that what it is written that the Bhakti Marga, this is the path of devotion. Bhakti Marga or the path of the devotion, they didn't give the more importance to the hierarchies. Hierarchies means the importance from higher authority to the lower authority. This is the meaning of the hierarchy. It means suppose if you have any problem, okay, if you have any problem, directly you will not go to our principal. First you will discuss with your class teacher. Then after the class teacher, then class teacher will discuss with the higher authority, just like the head of the school. Then after that head, she will discuss with the principal. And these are the hierarchies, but this hierarchies is not followed in the Bhakti Marga. Everyone is the equal and the path of the Bhakti Marga. Even in different regions of India, we also find different forms of path of devotion. See, normally this path of devotion or Bhakti movement use the common people language instead of the Sanskrit. That we have learned in the last year, that in sixth standard, that the Jainism or the Vardhaman Mahavir, Gautam Buddha, they started to spread their teaching in the people's language. In the same way, in Bhakti movement also, the common people's language they use instead of the Sanskrit. Even this helped the development of the regional language also. Check the example. Now it is a religious synthesis. I will not teach this lesson in Tamil language. Why? Because some students don't know the Tamil language, but the English language knows everyone. So that's why I started to teach them in English language. In the same way, the Bhakti movement use the common people language instead of Sanskrit. It helps the development of the regional language. So students, it is very, very, very important. Underline it. What you are going to underline, that dash help the development of regional language. Dash help the Bhakti movement. Or suppose the question has asked, why in Bhakti movement there is a development of regional language, then you are supposed to write that in Bhakti movement they use the people's language instead of the Sanskrit. Okay, then the Bhakti movement. This Bhakti movement, it is originally originated in south part of the India. Student, it is very important. Please underline it, that where Bhakti movement is started. Where Bhakti movement is started. Bhakti movement is started in south part of India. When? In South India. And in that part, what is there? Alvas are there and Nainas are there. They were this Nainar and Alvas. Bhakti movement emerged in the south part of the India. And these Nainas, they are the great devotees of Lord Shiva. And the Alvaras, they are the great devotees of Vishnu, Lord Vishnu. So student, it is very important in fill in the blanks and everything, that Alvaras, what Alvaras is a great devotee of the Vishnu, and the Nainas are the devotees of Shiva. Students, it's very important. Just keep it in mind. Okay, and underline in your book. And there were the attempts. It was there said that the Shiva and Vishnu, they both are equal. So that the Harihar, it means that in this Shiva Lord is also there and Vishnu Lord is also there. And it is written, what? It is written in the depict of the half, means Harihar, it means that it has the half Vishnu and it has a half Shiva. And the people belonging to all social sutra had participated in this Bhakti movement, and they preached, means the Bhakti movement, what they taught, that we should love to God, we should have the humanity, we have a compassion, it means we are kind and we are ready to help to others. Okay, so students, in your textbooks you can underline what the Bhakti movement teached, or what the Bhakti movement preached. The Bhakti movement preached love of God, humanity, compassion, and mercy. Underline it, that it is very important. The next, Ramanuja. Ramanuja and other Acharya strengthened the base of the movement in the south part of India. Who? This Santa Ramanuja and this Santa Acharya. These two peoples, they make the Bhakti movement so stronger in the south part of the India. And in this Bhakti movement, Santa Ramanuja and the Acharyas, they told the people that God is for all. Really, the God is for all only. The God is doesn't belong to the man, God doesn't belong to the woman, or doesn't belong to the any kind of the caste or any criteria. No, because God is for all and God does not discriminate. And the teaching of Santa Ramanuja had a great impact in a north part of India. The Santa Ramanuja, the impact of his teaching is more in the north part of the India. Then this is the Santa Ramananda. What? Santa Ramananda strengthened the Bhakti movement in the north part of the India. Okay, the Santa Ramananda. Then our next Santa is the Santa Kabir. Sant Kabir is a well-known sant in a bhakti movement. I am not see. This is the Sant Ramanuja, Sant Ramananda. These are also a great sant. But the Sant Kabir, the Santa Kabir, they strengthen, they make the powerful, the bhakti movement in the north part of India. And he, the Santa Kabir, didn't give the any importance, the place of the pilgrimage or any kind of the vrata and idol worship. Student, underline in your notebook that Gauta, what is the work or the special work is done by the Santa Kabir that he didn't give any importance to the pilgrimage. So the meaning of the pilgrimage is that the holy place, just like for the Hindus, it's a Kashi, and for the Muslim, it's a Makkah, Medina. It's a pilgrimage. It means it's a holy image, a holy place, so that he didn't give importance to that. Even vratas, even in India, the many more people they make the vratas. So he opposed that, and he never gave importance to the idol worship. Who? Santa Kabir. Then, and for him, for Santa Kabir, the truth is only God. What he said, the truth is only God. What? Truth is only God. Underline that sentence in your textbook, that dash was a God is suggested by Santa Kabir. Then you should be, you can write the answer that truth. Then he taught that we all human beings are equal and we are not supposed to make the discrimination on the basis of the religion, caste, sex, and creed. And even he's the son that he wanted that the Hindu and Muslim should be united. And even he criticized the Orthodox people in the both in Hindu and the Muslim religion. Orthodox means the person who accept the blind faith. Okay, that's the meaning of the Orthodox. Then in Bengal, this one, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he gives importance to the Krishna Bhakti. Underline in your textbook that in Bengal, who gives importance to the Krishna Bhakti, then you should be answerable Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And due to the teaching of the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, people join Bhakti movement. And in transcending the boundaries of, and in this Bhakti movement, there were no limitation. That transcending means that there were no limitation of the caste and creed. Under this influence, Shankar Deva, this is the another son, Shankar Deva, he spread Bhakti movement in Assam. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, it is in Bengal. Santa Kabir, it is in the north part of India. And Shankar Deva, he started the Bhakti movement in Assam. And even the Narsingh Mehta. Narsingh Mehta is a well-known sant. So Narsingh Mehta was a renowned Vaishnava Sant. He is from the Vaishnava Sant, and he was from Gujarat, and he was a great devotee of the Krishna, and he gives the message of equality. And Narsingh Mehta is known as the first poet of Gujarati language. Underline this in your notebook, that who is considered or who is known as a first Gujarati poet, then you should be answerable. It is they are Narsingh Mehta. After this Narsingh Mehta, Santa Mirabai. And this Santa Mirabai is a great devotee of the Krishna. And even this one, Santa Mirabai, she belonged to the royal family of Mewar. That student that we have learned about, sorry, not you, I taught the 8th standard. Okay, that I guess you have learned about, you have seen about the Prithviraj Chauhan. Have you heard about it, Prithviraj Chauhan? This Prithviraj Chauhan, this Santa Mirabai is an aunt of the great, that famous person, the Prithviraj Chauhan's aunt, who Santa Mirabai. So that's what I mean. It is just for your knowledge. And but here the Santa Mirabai, he gives the importance of the devotion to Krishna, and she's belonging from the royal family of Mewar, and to whose I have said she she's renowned. Renowned means she keeps all the royal pleasure to royal pleasure and get immersed in herself in devotion to Krishna. Even she composed a devotional poem or devotional verses in a Rajasthani and even in Gujarati language also. And his devotion words, they gives important the message of the devotion, that we are supposed to respect, we are supposed to believe on God. That is a message of devotion. Tolerance, we have to listen the others words, and we should have the humanity. Okay, and the next one is the Santa Rohidas. Santa Rohidas was a great Santa, and he gives the message of equality, humanity. Okay, just underline this line, student, that which message is given by the Santa Rohidas. The message is given by the Santa Rohidas is the equality, humanity. Surdasa, a great poet of equality and humanity. Then the Surdas. Normally, these words, it is in everyone's mouth. If suppose a person is not able to see it properly, then we are called, just for a fun, we call him as a Surdas. Yes, the Surdar is a great poet, and that poet was a blind. That poet was a blind, and he's a great poet of the Hindi literature. And he composed a poetical work of Surasagar, and he's a great devotee of the. He's a great devotee of the Krishna. And he's the verses of Krishna Bhakti composed by the Muslim Sant Rakshan are the melodious, that the Ramacharitra Manasa of Sant Tulsidas is a beautiful composition of expressing devotion to Rama. Okay, students, see, this is that we have what we have learned, that the Santa Surdas, what is his famous poetical work? That is a Sur Sagar. And in that Sur Sagar, they have written as its subjects related to the devotion of the Krishna. And even we found the verses of Krishna Bhakti, a Muslim people, Santa Rasakan. It's a Santa Rasakan. He composed the verses on Krishna Bhakti. And then the Santa Tulsidas. It's a Santa Tulsidas. He composed a beautiful Ramacharitra Manasa. Underline this, it is very important, as in the point of the fill in the blanks. Who composed Ramacharitra? Then you should be answerable. Santa Tulsi Das composed Ramacharitra Manasa. That is Ramacharitra Manasa. And this Santa Tulsi Das is a great devotee of Rama. Then this is a Santa Basveshwara. Now we are going to learn about the Santa Basveshwara. Santa Basveshwara spread the Lingayat stream of thought. Underline in your textbook that what spread by Santa Basveshwar, then yours should be answerable Lingayat stream of thought. And this Santa Basveshwar, he opposed the caste system and give the stress or give work for the dignity of the labor, dignity of labor. Then the Kayakwe Kailas is his well-known saying, which means work is Kailas. That is, work is worship. Means the Mahatma Basveshwar, he has said that the work is worship. What he said that work is worship. And even Santa Basveshwar, Sri Basveshwar, he encouraged women in participation of his movement. What? Participation of women in his movement. Even the Santa Basveshwar said that men and women belonging to all castes, whether he is belonging to all castes, they can participate in the religious discussion conducted in the hall, that is Anubhav Mantapa. And Sri Basveshwar, he convey his teaching in the language of people, that is Kannada language. That is what? Kannada language. Through the medium of this Vachana literature, his work, whose work? Santa Basveshwar's work has a great impact on the society. And even the followers of the Santa Basveshwar, they compose the work or the teaching of the Sant Mahabasveshwar in Marathi also. And this composition, Paramarasya, composed by the Manmatta Swami, is very well known. The Santa Basveshwar, okay, of this composition, the Param Rahasya gets composed by the Manmatta Swami is very well known. Then the great Santa in Karnataka has included that the Pam, Purandasa and others, and even there are various devotional verses we can find in the Kannada language. Even we found such kind of verses in this language. And the next, Santa Chakradhar Swami. Now we are going to learn about the Santa Chakradhar Swami. And this Santa Chakradhar Swami founded Mahanubhav Pantha. Student, please underline this, that who founded Mahanubhav Pantha, then you should be answerable that the Sri Chakradhar Swami. Sri Chakradhar Swami founded Mahanubhav Pantha in Maharashtra. And he preaches that we are supposed to devotee to the Lord Krishna. Then Sri Govinda Prabhu was the guru of Chakradhar Swami. Underline in your textbook that who is the guru of the Chakradhar Swami, then you should be answerable Sri Govinda Prabhu. What? Sri Govinda Prabhu. Then the followers of this Chakradhara, they included men also and women also of all caste and religion. And this Chakradhar Swami gives more importance to the equality. He gives more importance to the equality. And even Chakradhar Swami has traveled in all parts of Maharashtra to teach, to give his message in Marathi. And even he is also that we in bhakti at the beginning only that we have learned that in bhakti moment the people or sant started to use the people's language instead of the Sanskrit. Same work is done by the Chakradhar Swami, that instead of Sanskrit, Chakradhar Swami started to spread his preaching in Marathi language. So because of that, what happened? There is a great development of the Marathi language. And even the sects mainly spread in a Vidarbha, Maratha region of the Maharashtra. Even Riddhipur in Vidarbha is an important place for the people of sects. See, in Maharashtra, mainly where the sects are spreaded, that is Vidarbha and the Marathwada. And where in the Vidarbha, it is in Riddhipur. Then this sects or this sense, they crossed the boundaries of India. They reached like even they crossed for this sects, they goes to the Afghanistan, and even they have spread their teaching even in Punjab also. Okay, student. Then the main composition of this Mahanubhav Pantha are the Leela Charitra, that is compiled by the Maim Bhatt, that describing the deeds of Chakradhar Swami. Jhavale, of the first Marathi poetess Mahadamba, Sutrapad, Drishtantapad, it is compiled by the Keshavas. Even Vacharan of the Damodar Pandit, Shishupal of the Bhaskar Bharat Borikar, and Rukmini Swayamvar of Narendra. In your textbook, page number 12, it is very important that I have said that who composed the Rukmini Swayamvara of Mahanubhav Pantha, then you should be answerable Narendra. Who wrote Shishupal Vada, then you should be answerable. It is a Bhaskar Bharat Borikar. So that column is that you are supposed to write. It is a IMP. That is very, very important. Then a conversation between a Hindu and a Muslim written by Santa Eknath is important from viewpoint of the religious harmony. The famous quote of Santa Sheikh Mohammed, the famous line that Sheikh Muhammad Avind Tache Hruday Govind. It means that what he has written, that in the heart of the Sheikh Muhammad, in the heart of the Sheikh Muhammad, what is there? Govinda. Govinda means it is a Lord Krishna. So it is a good example of the religious harmony. Now the Guru Nanak. What? Guru Nanak. Guru Nanak was the founder of Sikhism. Chakradhar Swami is a founder of Mahanubhav Pantha. Guru Nanak was the founder of the Sikhism, and he is the first Guru. He is the first Guru of the Sikh people. Who? First Guru of the Sikh people. That we have. It is very important. Underline in your textbook. And his work, as mentioned, that we should get attempt at a religious synthesis. That he has visited. Who? Guru Santa Guru Nanak. He has visited all the holy places of Hindus and Muslims, and even he has visited also Mecca, and who realized the he realized that the feeling of devotion is common everywhere, whether it is, suppose if you will go in Mecca, Medina, okay, So definitely they are the great devotee of the Allah. It means the devotion is same when it is any kind of the holy places. Okay, so that the he even Guru Nanak ji taught that person should be treated equally, and the main aim of his teaching that the Hindu and Muslim should be united. So, what is the main aim of the teaching of the Santa Guru Nanak? That Hindu Muslim should be united, and the Santa Guru Nanak is always working to change or how to change the behavior and how to overcome of our behavior. Okay, so this one, and even the many people get influenced by the teaching of the Guru Nanak, and day by day the followers of the Guru Nanak is day by day the followers of Guru Nanak get increases. So that followers they known as the Sikhs. The followers of Guru Nanak are known as the Sikh. Sikh means what? The discipline or the disciples. Sikh means what? Disciples, or it's a disciplinary action. It's a such kind of in a very simple language. And the Adi Grantho. Adi Grantha means there's a Guru Grantha Sahib is the holy book of Sikh. Just like Hindus, we have a Bhagavad Gita. Ramayana, Mahabharata is a holy book. Even in Muslim, Quran Sharif, and even in Christian, that we have the Bible. These are the holy book. In the same way, Guru Grantha Sahib is the holy book of this Sikh, and Adi Grantha. In that Adi Grantha, it includes the composition of the Santa Kabir, Santa Namadev, and Guru Nanak, and other sons. Composition is also there. And even Guru Nanak was succeeded by 9 gurus. Means he was the first guru. And after this, the work is done by the other 9 gurus also. And Guru Gobind Singh was the 10th Guru of Sikhs. And after Guru Gobind Singh, Sikh regard Guru Granth Sahib as the Guru as per the order of Guru Gobind Singh. See what happened? First there is a Guru Nanak. Then after Guru Nanak, there were 9 gurus. Then the 10th Guru, the name of that 10th Guru is the Guru Grantha Guru Gobind Singh. What? Guru Gobind Singh. What he said that after me there were no Guru, only Guru Granth Sahib is the Guru. Okay, so and Guru Granth Sahib is what? Holy book of the Sikh. So that book is only a Guru after the Guru Gobind Singh. Then we have the Sufi sect. We have the Sufi sect. Normally, this is a sect in Muslim. It is a sect in Muslim. The Sufi saint that believes that the God is a full of love, and there is a only way. If we wanted to reach to the God, there is a only way, that is love and devotion. And the main teaching of Sufi sects are love for all living beings, meditation, and simple living. And even Khwaja Moinuddin Chisti, Sheikh Nijamuddin Aulia, these two both are the great Sufi sons. And the teaching of the Sufi sant, the teaching of the Sufi sant is led by the Hindu and Muslim community. Hindu, Muslim, and community. And even the Sufi music has also made a valuable contribution to Indian music. Normally this song you have heard, that Khwaja Mere Khwaja. It means that music, see, think about the music. That music, they have made a valuable contribution in Indian music. Then the path of the this path of the bhakti is taught by the various santa, and there are various people who are ready to follow that. And even the bhakti movement was open to all men and women. So this sant is express their thought in the people's language. Why it's people language? Because that language is very close to their heart. And this Bhakti movement has greatly contributed in the making of the Indian culture. Really, this Bhakti, because of this Bhakti movement, there are various Indian culture. It is contribution to the Indian culture. Okay, students. So that now we have finished with we have finished with this lesson. Okay. So now I will